Dokkan Battle video for you here today. We are taking down the brand new collection of epic battles revamp here. We are doing the Saiyan Saga mission. I know many of you guys probably do not have the new Nappa and Vegeta or the STR Piccolo, so we are running a team setup without that here. So you can see our team. For the purposes of this video, we are going to take the super class route because I think with this team to get the mission done is a little bit easier if we use if we go the super class route. So we're going to do that because we do have to run Raditz as our leader. We can maybe get away with Yamcha, but I feel like Raditz will be a little more consistent just because we have the other sub EZAs from this year who he can run pretty well with. Obviously, our other choice is Gohan and Piccolo, which I do not recommend doing that. So this is the setup we're going to run here. There we go. And honestly, I think it'll work out pretty well. The basic setup is to keep a Piccolo and Goku and Gohan together on one rotation, and then the other rotation, the Nappa, the STR Nappa, and the AGL Vegeta, I think is going to allow this to work in its best. So that's what we're gonna do here, and I think it'll work out just fine, to be completely honest. So here we go. I mean, like the little bit of risk there. I mean, if we ate a super, it would have been done for, but ends up working out here. There we go. Excellent. Okay, yeah. So I mean, this fight not going to be too terrible. It's one phase only, and it is STR as you've seen. So we are able to quickly take it down with our AGL types. I haven't really decided where exactly I want to place this in Gohan. I might just keep him floating because I honestly feel like the AGL Gohan that we brought, the World Tournament one, is probably better to keep on rotation with Goku and Piccolo just for that extra support. I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to kind of play it by ear here. There we go. So Raditz does drop Piccolo here, and that's going to roll us into the next fight. So I do not recommend taking Nappa for this fight, just because with the Saiyan Saga mission, right, Nappa's got those AoEs, which is not a fun thing to be dealing with this team. So I don't recommend taking Nappa for this fight. I also don't recommend attempting Gohan with this one. Go for the clear against Kaio-Ken Goku or Ape Vegeta, honestly. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put Goku and Piccolo in slot 1 here. Okay, and then, yeah, we'll just... let's switch it up. Let's target Yamcha, yeah. This fight's a little bit tricky, just because, right, like the Cybermen fight on the other direction, we do have multiple enemies we have to contend with, which isn't terrible, but, I mean, it does... This is a lot of supers. Most of the units on this team can handle the supers. Yamcha's crit is a little tricky. As you'll see, Goku and Piccolo here are still going to take about 200k from that super. But everything else, right, either Gohan dodges or everybody else just straight up eats the super. So we don't have to really worry too much there. There we go. Yeah, see, 200k, because his supers are crits. And I actually think he can super twice, if I remember correctly. There we go. Excellent. And so now we just got to bank on that 70% dodge with our Gohan here, and we will be in a good position. There we go. We do got it. Oh, geez, another super. You see what I'm talking about? It's like, it's just a lot of supers you got to deal with. All right. So the tech Raditz is actually kind of helpful for this fight, just because, right, a lot of the characters can dodge like that Krillin or, as you see, the Gohan, but him having guaranteed hit means that you don't have to worry about that. So that's very helpful. There we go. All right, we got one more super. We do get the dodge. Very nice. Excellent. Yeah, so Fizz Raditz is very helpful here in this one because of his AoE, but also since we are facing multiple enemies, we can go straight into Nappa here. So that's actually what we're going to do here. Let's target Chaozu here with his active. We are going to lose a little bit of defense, but since we are using... Yeah, since we are using Nappa, it won't matter. And then I guess we'll just float the Gohan. Yeah, I guess he's going to be our floater. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll keep him on rotation for the Goku portion. There we go. All right. Okay, so... I mean, our Nappa for this one's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. Yeah. There we go. Excellent. There we go. Yeah, 78 million is about what I expected, right? Since in, we aren't getting those extra hits at the end of the phase here, which is fine. I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do. We don't want to break the rotation here because we are going to need this setup for the Kaio-Ken Goku. There we go. Excellent. Okay. But he, you know, not only does he got to stack, but he's got to get hit, which he hasn't done yet. And also, he's not on rotation with Piccolo either, so that's also not helping. There we go. And then there goes the super. Are we going to get hit by this? Oh, wait, never mind. We have the counter. Yeah, we have his taunt up. Okay, so we got Nappa's taunt out of the way. Drops us down to 2 enemies we got to deal with here. So... how do we do this? Do we float Gohan and keep Raditz on? I wonder. It's a tough choice. We float Raditz, keep... Yeah, we'll just float Raditz. We'll keep Gohan on. That's probably the better choice here. There we go. And then we'll tackle that. And then we send off him. Perfect. I don't want to grab too many same type key spheres either, just because I don't want to have to deal with... there we go. Yeah, I don't want to have... I don't want to get the Dokkan attack too soon. We want to make sure that we are getting it at a good when we enter the second phase of Kaio-Ken Goku. There we go. Excellent. We get one more. Okay. I don't think we're going to kill this turn. Yeah, well, okay. He should take down Krillin, as long as Krillin doesn't dodge. There we go. Okay, we might be able to take down Tien with Raditz here, especially since Raditz is going to have... Oh, yeah, he's got this. Okay, just dodge, Gohan. Thank you. All right, so Gohan goes down, and now Raditz is going to wrap things up in the third slot here. So far, our Raditz lead is working. I mean, as you can see with our non-Terrifying Conqueror Pure Saiyans, Saiyan Saga allies here, not looking the greatest. Yeah, okay, so now we'll head on over... And we'll take down Kaio-Ken Goku for this. So we're doing Saiyan Saga, but we're also kind of doing all of the missions as well. We'll do a second round where we hit the other side of the map, but we won't use Saiyan Saga for that team, right? This is the setup, I think, if you don't have the Saiyan Saga units, this is the way I think you should go. Personally, you don't have to follow a guide, and you can do it your own way, but I do think... if you don't have the units, this is the way to do it. This is probably the easiest and safest way, going this route. I think going the Cyberman route puts you in a little bit of a tricky situation, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. There we go. All right, and so now we're really going to have to rely on that Vegeta to do his part here. There we go. Honestly, we might just use Vegeta's active in the next phase, to be completely honest. We'll see. There we go. All right, so Vegeta should tank this post-super, so we shouldn't have to worry there. Excellent, and we get the dodge. All right, we are working here. All right, so, oh, there's, see, there goes the plan I wanted, right? As you can see, there's way more attacks in slot 3 here. So initially, I was hoping we could keep Gohan on starting this fight, but I think we're going to have to float him because we do need him to get that attack build up, even though it would be good for him to remain on this rotation. It's also probably safer to keep AGL Gohan here anyways, just because he'll lose his dodge for not having Piccolo on this rotation. So maybe this is the better choice. There we go. But, I mean, as you can see, Goku and Piccolo not doing a whole lot of crazy damage here. One, we don't have a great link partner. Two, they are, I believe, only on the 170 here, right? Yeah, they're only on the 170 because they are not on Space Traveling Warriors. So yeah, and then that's really the tough part with these characters. If you're gonna run the Raditz lead. But then you have the opposite problem, you know, if you run Yamcha, then, you know, Nappa and Vegeta aren't on the 200%, which I think honestly is probably better that they be on the 200% because I think they're going to be your clutch hitters. Okay, here we go. So we get Gohan. Now, my only concern here, for those that don't know, Goku is scripted, I believe, and he will almost always super in slot 3 in the next phase, which could potentially pose a problem for us. There we go. We do get the dodge after getting those hits in. So we get some build up here. All right, so I guess we'll just keep doing what we're doing here. All right, I'm going to avoid grabbing same type key spheres just so we can avoid hitting that Dokkan attack this turn. And actually, I mean, if we can not get it next turn either, that would also be great, right? Posing the Dokkan attack to hit on the turn we use Vegeta's active skill is honestly probably going to be the best thing for us. There we go. No hit on the Vegeta, though. Nappa ended up getting the double super here. We probably could have gotten away with putting Vegeta slot 1, actually, now that I think about it, right? I mean, we would have taken a little bit of damage, but I think we could have gotten away with it. Alrighty, so... Okay, so now's the trick. We're going to have to rely on Tech Raditz's dodge in slot 3. Because I'm going to keep Gohan on, right? I'm not going to float him. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll get their 24 key, or 23 key, rather. We'll grab that, and then we'll float Raditz. So we are going to have to rely on his dodge in the 3rd slot, which... is not terrible, right? But we know that Goku will super in slot 3. So, you know, we're going to have to pray. I mean, it might have been safer to put Gohan in slot 3. He's going to have a higher chance to live. But again, I don't want to break Gohan off this rotation because if we don't kill, then he's on a rotation where he doesn't have Piccolo around for his extra stats and his extra dodge. So it's probably just best that we stay here. There we go. And boom. All right, Tech Raditz doing Tech Raditz things. And we get the double super. You want to give us a triple while you're at it? That would actually be great. He does want to give us a triple. Okay. Perfect. And then now here comes the super. So like I said, we do want to make sure that we dodge this. We do get the dodge and onward and upwards to the next turn. So we are going to hit that Dokkan attack, but we're going to hit it with Nappa. Although, well, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use Vegeta's active. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Okay, and then let's pop that. Ooh, okay. You know what? We should have put him in slot 1. I think it's okay, actually. Well, I think overall, actually, no. I think overall this would net us a higher amount of damage. Just because, right, Nappa does need to get hit first. Excuse me. There we go. All right, so we'll hit the Dokkan attack with Nappa. That'll boost us up a little bit. There we go. Actually, you know, with type advantage, actually, it probably would have been better to put Nappa in slot 2. I don't. Maybe his extra damage wasn't that worth it. But then he drops to like 20 mil. So I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking overall this was the better play for bigger damage. Oh yeah. Okay, with 90 mil there, yeah, this is the better play. Look at that, 70 mil on the second. Yeah, this was definitely the better play. Of course, we don't crit, and then it's a normal. Okay. There we go. So we got Vegeta's active turn with the support boost. Okay, dude, I totally need you to get me. I didn't check the friend, but I guarantee this is not a well-built friend. There we go. Okay, 60. All right. Of course. See, no crits. That's hurting us. Ooh, okay, Gohan with that 50 mil. Now, I do think, yeah, I don't think he can live this super here. So we do need him to dodge. He does have his dodge fully built up at this point. So we are going to, once again, need to bank on a dodge. And again, actually, you know what? Well, then I wonder if putting Gohan slot 1 would have been the better choice then. I should have looked at his defense. Because I know, you know, on the active skill turn, Vegeta would tank this super. Because, of course, you know, missed crits, right? Literally 2 non-missed crits, and he would have been dead. But we get the dodge. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and no active skill. Okay, well, all right. So I guess we're going to have to do this. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, and again, his super obviously is going to be at the end, so we should be safe with Piccolo and Goku in slot 1, and then boom, there we go. And now they're just going to drop him. Perfect. Alrighty, so Saiyan Saga down. No new units, by the way. Hopefully this helped you guys out here. It's not a terribly tough fight, honestly. I think just trying to do it with specific Saiyan Saga, if you're lacking the new Saiyan Saga units, is where things get a little tricky. So there you guys go. Hopefully this helped you guys out there with the fight. It's a little tricky, but you can get it done, right? We showed here that you can get it done. So we're going to go ahead and pause, and we're going to come back and we're going to clear the other side of the map, right? As we said, we're doing all missions in this video. Alrighty, so we are loaded up here in the second round of this collection of epic battles here, taking down the right side of the map, right? So we're going to take down Raditz and the Cybermen here. Since we already cleared the Saiyan Saga, we decided to use an easier team. No sense in stressing yourself out, right? Trying to run that Saiyan Saga multiple times. You only need to do it once. So for the second half here, we're just going to run, you know, a standard anniversary team, which should clear this pretty good. Most people think would have this team. I mean, maybe you might not have Diamond Vegeta, who we did bring. If you don't have Diamond Vegeta, you could easily swap him in for like someone like STR, Super Easy A, Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something, or Diamond Piccolo, or freaking Glorio or something. Really not that big of a deal, to be completely honest. So we're just going to run this setup here with the Diamond Goku, because to be completely honest, he's just going to demolish literally every piece of this map, like to the point where it's not even funny. Like, as you can see here, like he nearly took Raditz out all on his own, just like Piccolo, right? The Raditz is a singular phase here, so no big issues there. But hopefully this helps you guys out, those who are still stuck with this mission. So pretty much clear everything. Now, for the Great Ape Gohan mission, I'm going to do a separate video for that, by the way. So I know the title says all missions, but it's all missions except Great Ape Gohan. I'm going to have a separate video for that one. And it's, again, it's... Don't stress yourself out trying to do Great Ape Gohan with Saiyan Saga. It's not going to end fun for you. And I mean, if you really, really, really just don't have the units for the Saiyan Saga, use the free team and go the super class route, right, by taking down the Z fighters and just use your items. You have an extra item slot for this event, so utilize it, right? And then, because you don't actually have to beat Goku and Vegeta for the Saiyan Saga mission, right? You just have to clear the stage. So you could beat the Z fighters and call it a day. So I would do that with the item if you have that. So we're going to float Diamond Vegeta off here, right? Our Diamond Goku in slot 1. Should be able to handle most of this fight. And let's see, he might actually just drop the Fizz Cyberman all on his own, especially since we did get that EX Super here. Oh, came close, but well, the additional is enough to do it, and we do actually proc a third super here, which I mean I doubt it's going to kill the AGL Cyberman, but I mean we did about a quarter of his health. That's not bad. Excellent. Okay, and so the great thing is, since we are taking the Vegeta route, we did bring AGL Gogeta with us, who does have a Ki Blast counter, and both of Vegeta's phases, his super attacks are Ki Blasts, so we could potentially counter his super should it end up targeting Gogeta here. Excellent. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. And boom. Okay. All right. So Diamond Vegeta here. Again, if you don't have this guy, just swap him in for Glorio. Or Diamond Piccolo, or heck, if you got Goma, swap them in. I mean, really, I mean, honestly, I would go more maybe the Great Ape route just for Link's purposes. So maybe like Int Gogeta or STR Goku, like I said earlier, could be great options to sub in if you don't have the Diamond Vegeta. But I just felt like bringing him. I haven't used him in a while, so I figured we'd drop him on the team here. But nice, we actually proc those EX Supers. Oh man, I was hoping we get a third, right as I said that. Okay, so now we have a singular Cyberman that, oh no, never mind, we got two of them. Okay, so I do think, yeah, okay, so let's grab that, yes. Yeah, okay, let's hit him. There we go. And this should do the trick. All right, so this should finish off the Cyberman here. There we go. We get the EX Super. Dude, Diamond Goku just kicking it off this run. He hasn't missed a single EX Super, has he? There we go. We get the additional super. Okay, actually, if we could proc a third here, or a second. Or no, this is our second. If we could proc a third here, we could potentially take him. I'll take the normal. Okay, boom. And then now we just focus the tech one down with the Int Vegeta. And that's game. At least for this match. We still have to take on Vegeta. There we go. No crits. But, I mean, at least we got the type advantage. And plus, we still have Daima Mini Goku there over in the third slot who can handle this. There we go. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Excellent. Okay. And then now Mini Goku doing his thing in the third slot. He also has a Ki Blast Super, which will be very helpful in the next phase here. Excellent. All right, he gonna drop him? Yes, he does, which means we enter with a pretty decent setup for the next rotation. Perfect. So onward to the Vegeta fight here with, honestly, I mean, what? We got AGL Gogeta and Diamond Forku raring to go. Oh, this is going to be good. So the only thing I would say we probably have to worry about is maybe the GT duo eating a super. But honestly, I don't think it'll be too bad. I think they can handle But we'll see. I mean, that super is what? I mean, in the first phase, oh, it's only a 4 million super. Actually, they should be fine once we get their damage reduction up. But even better if that super ends up being on Goku. Although, I mean, in the multiple times that I've ended up running this, I feel like he almost always super slot 1. So, I mean, I know it's not scripted, but it does feel like that's where the majority of them take place. Okay, so let's do this. And we do have 7 key spheres, which means we can get the full 24 key here. Very nice. Okay. Doesn't look like we're going to get the full 24 key on the GT Duo, though, which means we do lose out on an extra super. And there goes. Yeah, like I said, he tends to super. He's got a 0 cooldown, so he tends to super in slot 1. Although I have had him super slot 2. And there goes another EX super. Like I said, he's not missing this run. Excellent. And the best part is the second phase, I think, is Fizz, right? So Diamond Forku even better with the type advantage there. So excellent. There we go. AGL Gogeta doing his thing. All right, look at that. We've darn near taken out this entire phase already. Are we actually? We might actually just one-shot this whole phase. Well, one turn, rather. And look at that. Look how much damage we're doing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, and I'm pretty sure the GT Duo, even without the full 24 key, can still do, 3/4 of a bar of health. Even on a 170. Although if we don't crit, that might change things. Excellent. There we go. We get another super. All right. Now, crit here might actually set us up for the next phase. Oh, not quite. Oh, but we still got one more in us. Okay. All right. And then we go clean into the next phase. Perfect. All righty. Okay, now, yep, it is Fizz, like I thought. Okay, so a little tricky here, right? Because we do have that AoE to deal with. I think we should be fine. I'm actually going to keep Daima Vegeta on. I think he can handle the AoE, so let's just grab that. We do end up healing up back most of it, thanks to it being STR. I mean, Diamond Forku also works really good here because of the STR orbs that are created. Yes, they are bombs, as you saw, but he basically hands us the EX Super, which is nice. Thank you, Vegeta. And here we go. We got another one. Dude, he hasn't missed this whole fight. I love it. No extra super, though. That's a shame. All right, what about Vegeta, though? How's he going to do on these EX supers? We do hit the first one. Nice. All right, how about the second? We do hit the second. No crit. How about the third? We do hit the third. One more? We do hit the fourth. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm talking about, Vegeta. Way to go. All right, and this will allow us to pop Vegeta's active on the next turn as well. So we'll have double active Forku and Vegeta's active. I mean, I guess we could have left the N4s too and have the same effects, but is what it is. I mean, if we had brought Glorio or Piccolo instead of Diamond Vegeta, then obviously we would have let in Vegeta here. But I am floating him off to try to get him on rotation with, there we go. Okay, the 4s are going to eat the super. To get them on rotation with AGL Gogeta, although looking at the amount of damage we've done, I'm now realizing that may not be a possibility. Well, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Again, like I said, he's literally handing us our EX Super with those STR bombs. I love it. Okay, so let's grab that. And we heal it right back up. I love it. All right, we'll grab that with Gogeta. Not going to use his active on the off chance we can get back next turn, right? We'll have it. You know what? Actually, we should just use it. I don't think there's going to be a next turn. I don't think there's gonna. I think we're going to have one more turn here. And look at that. We eat these AoEs for breakfast. Yeah. Looking at the amount of damage we did, and of course we don't miss a super. Again, dude, I love you, Diamond Forku. Hitting those EX supers all throughout this. What a run to come back to. Excellent. There we go. One more. Nope. Okay, that's a normal. All right, and then now here comes the super. Yeah, see, like I said, he tends to super slot 1, although last time he did super slot 3. So there we go. And then see, it would have been nice if he would super Gogeta. I would have loved to get the counter. I mean, maybe we could have put him in slot 1, but it's overall damage-wise is better he's in slot 2 because Diamond Forku getting his super off first means we get the added bonus. And I think even with the, well, I don't know, maybe with the counter we would have done more damage overall this turn. Well, not if we're missing crits, though. Definitely not if we're missing crits. All right, and then Daima Mini Goku here. Dude knows I brought counters, and that's why he's like, nah, I am not touching those guys with a super. Excellent. One more? No. Okay. Perfect. And now we got double active skill with Daima Vegeta and Daima Goku, which I'm pretty sure between the two active skills, we got this in the bag. There's one. Beautiful. And I'm pretty sure Daima Forku's will finish the job up. And there it is. Alrighty, so there you have it, folks. There is all missions complete for the collection of epic battles versus the Saiyan Saga. I imagine we'll get more of these throughout the celebration for GDC, starting with Saiyan Saga, obviously. In the first part of this video, make sure you check it out. If you skipped ahead here to the timestamp for the second half, make sure you check out the first half where we showed you how to do Saiyan Saga without any new units, and of course here clearing the other half of the map, taking down the Grade 8 Vegeta. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below let us know what teams did you use to take down all the missions here. Like I said, Great Ape Gohan will be a separate video, so make sure you check that out. I'll link it in the description so you can check that out once that video goes live if you're watching this later. So otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.